Hey YouTube, this is the Make Electric Rebuttal channel, signing on once again with an update to the Planned Parenthood clinic shooting that happened a couple of days ago that Make Electric has decided to completely circumvent, and I'll tell you how. Here's the guy. That's very much, isn't that very much like Nick Nolte's mugshot when he was arrested many years ago for drunk driving? I mean, okay, look at the weird eyes, unkempt hair, beard. Okay. So Make Electric decided to post something about this Planned Parenthood clinic shooting. But what he did was not talk about the fact that this obviously mentally disturbed person got a hold of a gun. Make Electric can't deal with that, as I said so many times before, but I'll say it again. Because Make Electric has mental illness in his own life. He can't equate that with owning a gun because he can't own a gun. He's not allowed to. He doesn't own a gun. He talks tough as if he does, and he talks about how if the Muslims or anyone else came into this country, he would fight them to the death. With what? He can't own a gun, for Christ's sake. He's not allowed to. But he talks a big game, but it means nothing. But here's a mentally ill person who somehow got a hold of a gun, and as we stand here on the last night of November, we don't know how he got a hold of that AK-47, if that indeed what it was, to kill those people plus that cop. We don't know how he got that gun. Did cracks fall through the things fall through the cracks where he somehow got a hold of a gun? Was it someone who lent him a gun? Did he get an illegal gun? But Make Electric can't deal with that because mental illness, as far as Make is concerned, cannot possibly factor into the fact that the Second Amendment says we can all own a gun. We all should have a gun if we want it, even if, according to Make, we're mentally ill. We're fucked up royally. Our brains are dog food. But according to Make, we still should own a gun. That's why he won't talk about mental illness and gun ownership on his channel. But I will. And I'll reiterate once again, I'm very pro Second Amendment. If you are mentally and physically able to prove that you can own a gun, do it. Buy one. Have 700 guns in your house if you want. But not if you are a fucked up individual with a fucked up brain. Like this guy. So Make won't talk about it, but I will. But I'm going out on a limb because I don't know where things are going to go as we go through the month of December and find out about this idiot, what his background was, how he felt about things. Now, some things are starting to come through where people who live near him said he was weird, but that's okay. A lot of people are weird. I mean, what would you think Make's neighbors say about him? Right? That this guy never really talked about his political leanings, where he feels about things, but things are starting to leak out about when he was captured. We all know the fact that he said that no more baby parts, but apparently things are leaking out about, he said some things about Barack Obama as he was being led away to the police car to be taken away to jail. But this is something Make will never talk about. But I will. That's why this channel exists. See, people? Okay. So apparently this fella appeared in Robert Louis Deere appeared in court today via video to talk to the judge, and this is how it went.
No question. Suspected gunman, 57-year-old Robert Louis Deere, will remain in jail on suspicion of first-degree murder after the attack at a Colorado Springs Planned Parenthood clinic that left 3 people dead and 9 wounded. While a motive remains unclear, a law enforcement official told CNN that after surrendering to police, Deere made remarks about, quote, baby parts, and spoke of his anti-abortion and anti-government views with investigators. Propane tanks found near Deere's car in the clinic's parking lot led authorities to believe he intended to cause even more harm by shooting them to trigger an explosion. What is known about Deere's life indicates he lived a hermit's existence for many years on the East Coast, eventually living in a cabin with no electricity or running water in the North Carolina mountains. Although he lived in solitude, Deere was no stranger to police, having had several run-ins with the law. In 1997, his then wife accused him of domestic assault, though records show charges were never filed.
Okay, hold on. Someone actually married this guy? In his past, someone actually married MaKa? Interesting.
In 2002, Deere was charged with being a peeping Tom. Those counts were dismissed. In 2003, he was arrested and charged with 2 counts of animal cruelty, but was found not guilty. Within the past year, Deere purchased property in Hartselle, Colorado, a small community 65 miles west of the Planned Parenthood facility, for $6,000. Neighbors say, well,
isn't that lovely? A little bit better than how Von Helton lives, right? Okay.
What interaction they had with Deere was friendly, but limited.
A really nice guy. Gave us some anti-Obama flyers. I didn't even really read them. I think I used them to start the fire in our campfire that night. That's about all I've run into him.
Okay, isn't that interesting?
Breaking news. You're looking at live pictures of the courtroom. That is it.
So some parallels, some not. Got to think about this. Very interesting. What's going on here? Guy living by himself? Limited interaction with his neighbors? Really makes you think, doesn't it?